Right, this is my introduction video for Crime and Delinquency CJ3306. My name is Dylan Forbis. I am 35 years old and born and raised in Houston, Texas. My major is criminal justice, and my graduation semester will be the fall of 2025. I attend school part time and I work full time. My intention is to either go to law school or get a master's of social work. My career goals and aspiration. My career goals and aspirations are to work in policy and branch together the worlds of public safety and the LGBTQIA community. As a member of this community and as a law enforcement professional, I bring a unique perspective into this work that is invaluable in improving this industry. And I selected this field because public safety is very strong passion of mine. And working with the public is something that I've aimed to do my whole life in building a career. Do you currently work or have worked in the field of CJ? So I currently work in criminal justice as a law enforcement officer. Oh, I'm sorry, not as a law enforcement. I'm a dispatcher for Harris County Constable Precinct 7. I am a T-Cole member, so that means that the Texas Corrections gives me like license to work as a dispatcher, but I'm not a peace officer, so I'm not a law enforcement officer. I have been in this field for 3 years, and I genuinely enjoy this work. Previously, I worked as a security officer and as a loss prevention officer, so I've had a little bit of history in my background. And before that, I worked at the library, which gave me a lot of really good training with dealing with the public, a lot of good trainings that I use now as a dispatcher, dealing with people that are intoxicated, dealing with people that have traumatic brain injuries, and dealing with people that might have a disability. I've been in this field for 3 years, and I genuinely enjoy the work and learning more about the law and the relationship with the public. Who is or has been my major influence in my career and why? My sister, Tina. She's been a major influence in my life and my career. We grew up not that close to each other because I am younger and there's a 3.5 year age gap. But into adulthood, we forged a stronger relationship and have been there for each other. I'm able to talk about my career and my school and my personal life with her. And she gives me a really good sense of grounding and like planning for the future. She is my confidant and my largest source of support. So she would be my really my major influence. Along the my career path, I've met other people who have been a really big influence. My first trainer in dispatch, her name was Yolanda Goffner. She gave me a lot of really good insight. I was able to ask a lot of questions, and she gave me a very strong foundation into understanding law enforcement. Working for before I was at Constable Precinct 7, I was at the sheriff's office as a dispatcher in their IMU MAP program, and that exposed me to a lot of the inner workings of law enforcement I didn't understand, and she was able to answer a lot of questions and to kind of help narrow my scope. Um, she is she was a really good source of inspiration, and we still check on each other here and there. And so it's really nice to have that kind of working relationship. Have you taken Dr. Rodriguez before? If so, what do you enjoy about her teachings? If not, why did you sign up for this class, for her class? So I haven't had Dr. Rodriguez before. This is my first time taking your courses. I signed up for the class because one, it was available, and two, I really have a passion for understanding the way law interacts with juveniles, and I'm fascinated with the history of juvenile law in general. I found out a little bit about it in my criminology class and a little bit more in my corrections class. So learning more about how juvenile law is structured, where it came from, its history of like policing poverty and orphans and things like that, I find very interesting. But also, I was a teenager who was arrested and found myself having to navigate through the system early on, and I want to gain a better understanding about it. As a dispatcher, there are certain things that we can and cannot do when juveniles are involved. And we're not allowed to say the juvenile's name over the radio. A missing child is not deemed missing right away if they're with the other parent, even if the other parent doesn't have extended visitation rights. What I have learned as a dispatcher is we get a lot of calls from parents that on the day of their child exchange, and the parent was supposed to meet at 5:30 p.m. They call us at 6:30 p.m. requesting to do a missing persons report. Okay, when was the last time you saw the child? Friday at 5 p.m. Okay, do you know who has the child? Yes, the child's father. The child is with their father. Okay. Is there a reason you think, well, he's not there, it's only been an hour? Is there a reason you think, did they say, you're never seeing your child again? I'm taking them across state lines. Did they say you're never seeing your child again? Is there any reason? Are they posting photos, doing reckless or dangerous things with the child? If not, then let's get in touch with the deputy. Let's get the other party's phone number, and let's see if we can resolve this without having to file a missing persons report. That's something that I didn't understand until I started working at the constable's office specifically because we deal with the civil side of the law. And it's given me a lot of really good insight, and not even anecdotal knowledge, just really factually based knowledge of how these processes work. Unless that parent is a threat. And then also, the children in foster care system get involved with a lot of crime, and a lot of different criminal activities that even trafficking. We in one of our districts, we have a large portion of the district that has a bunch of foster homes, and we do get calls quite regularly. I would say regularly, as in like once every 6 months or so, that a juvenile has been picked up by an adult and is no longer in contact with the foster family. And that is when we do have to put in a missing persons report. If they were taken, then it gets into the realm of, was it a runaway? Was it a kidnapping? It can get very convoluted. So I'm really interested in learning more about crime and delinquency, and I know even less about it when it comes to dealing with the schools. And like we have a resource officer in our department, but I don't truly have a great understanding of the way his role works within. It's at JJAEP. So. Um, Let's see. You may share other information about yourself and experiences you've had in the criminal justice field. Um, I am someone who works in law enforcement now and has had previous encounters with law enforcement. I strive to learn more every day to to be able to better service the public through my working relationships. I have a passion for this. I enjoyed the work that I do, and I look forward to this class. So thank you very much. I hope you liked my introduction, and you have a great day.